Let's talk about artificial intelligence, AI. You hear about it all the time, right? It promises to change literally everything. But what is it really? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain and break it all down from the AI that's already sitting in your pocket to the mind blowing future of what's possible. Let's jump right in.
So let me start by asking you a question. Just think about this morning. How many times do you think you've already used AI? You might guess, I don't know, once or twice? The real answer is probably more like dozens of times. And that's because AI isn't some sci-fi thing from the future. It's already a huge part of our everyday lives. I mean, just think about it. Those incredibly realistic worlds in the video games you play? AI. The way your smart home knows exactly when to adjust the lights. That's AI too. Or how about just unlocking your phone with your face? That's all AI at work. Every time you ask a voice assistant a question or your phone's camera magically makes a photo look better, yep, you're using some surprisingly sophisticated AI.
But how does a machine actually learn to recognize your face or understand your voice? I mean, how does that even work? Well, that brings us to the engine that's driving almost all of modern AI, a little something called machine learning.
Okay, so simply put, machine learning kind of flips traditional programming completely on its head. Instead of giving a computer a super rigid set of instructions for every single thing it does, we just give it a ton of data and let it figure out the patterns for itself. It essentially learns from experience, and it gets smarter and smarter over time.
And it turns out machines learn in a few different ways. First, you've got supervised learning. This is kind of like teaching a kid with flashcards. We show the AI a bunch of labeled examples, like here's a photo of a house and here's what it's sold for, so it can learn to make predictions. Then there's unsupervised learning. This is where we just give the AI a giant, messy pile of data and say, go find the hidden patterns. It's awesome for things like sorting customers into different groups. And finally, there's reinforcement learning, which is basically pure trial and error. Think of an AI learning to play a video game. It gets rewarded for good moves and punished for bad ones, until eventually it masters the game.
So AI is clearly all over our digital lives. But what happens when this intelligence breaks out into the physical world? Let's take a look at how AI is being put to work on a massive, real-world scale.
A huge and very obvious example is autonomous vehicles. Here, the AI isn't just one simple program, it's the entire brain and sensory system of the machine. It allows cars and trucks to see and understand their environment in real time and navigate safely, all without any human touching the steering wheel.
It's the exact same idea up in the sky with unmanned aircraft. These systems rely on AI not just to stay in the air, but to carry out really complex missions all by themselves. They can fly over huge farms to check on crop health, monitor bridges and power lines, or collect vital data in places that are just way too dangerous for a person to go.
And of course, you've got robotics. In today's advanced factories, an AI-powered robot isn't just repeating the same motion over and over. Nope. It's actually been given the intelligence to perform tasks with incredible precision, but it can also adapt. So if an object it needs to pick up is a little bit out of place, no big deal. It figures it out on its own.
Now, for a car to truly see a pedestrian or for a robot to understand its surroundings, you need something even more powerful than just standard machine learning. This is where we step into the absolutely fascinating, brain-inspired world of deep learning.
So what's the difference? Well, while traditional machine learning loves nice, neat, structured data, deep learning is built differently. It uses these really complex structures called neural networks, which are inspired by the connections in our own brains to learn from massive amounts of messy, real-world data, like images and audio. This is what makes it so incredibly good at tasks involving perception, like seeing and hearing.
Deep learning is the magic that gives a self-driving car its sense of sight through computer vision. It's what lets a digital assistant create a totally human-like voice from scratch. And it's what allows an AI to understand our language, or even spot a tiny anomaly on a medical scan that a human eye might completely miss. Deep learning, for all intents and purposes, gives the machine senses.
With this incredible power to perceive and learn, AI is now being put to work in some of the most critical and high-stakes fields you can imagine, places where a mistake is simply not an option. And I mean, we are talking about applications with zero margin for error. AI is being used in complex defense systems to monitor the safety of nuclear facilities and even to detect hidden landmines from the air. In healthcare, it's helping doctors diagnose diseases way earlier, and it's allowing surgeons to perform impossibly delicate operations with robotic help. In these fields, AI isn't just an upgrade, it's an absolute lifeline. So we've gone on a journey from your phone all the way to the operating room. But where is all of this heading? What's beyond the AI we know today? What's waiting for us on the absolute frontier of intelligence?
Well, the next frontier is something researchers are calling brain-inspired intelligence. And the goal here isn't just to copy the brain's wiring. It's to create an AI that can reason and intuit and solve problems in ways that aren't strictly logical or linear, ways that might even seem creative. It's all about moving from pure calculation to something that starts to look like genuine understanding.
And that leaves us with a truly profound question. So far, we've built AI based on our own understanding of logic and the world. But if we actually succeed in creating an intelligence that can go beyond our human framework, what new discoveries, what new solutions, and what totally unforeseen frontiers will it unlock for all of us? It's one of the most exciting and important questions of our time.